Hey there, fellow crew members. If you've been following along at home with our Merfolk Summoner, then we're all seamen together. That is horrible, in more ways than one. We're in Lair right now. Temporarily backtracked our way up to Lair 1. We were on Lair 3, I think. We've completed Lair 2, so we are up to Lair 3. But the reason that we're back up here is because we're trying to claim this artifact longsword. It's being guarded by these Oclob plants. I've been racking my brains on how we should bust that one out. One option that we have is to use our digging wand to dig a hole here, and then we could basically just pirate the sword. I've had a lot of ad campaigns telling me that I shouldn't want to download a sword because it's stealing, so I don't think I'm going to go with that option. I think we have roughly a 50% chance on a disintegration wand working. I just need to get lucky a couple of times in a row and then we can blow it up. So far I think I've shot 6 of these things and I haven't got even one to land. There's the first one. Wow. Alright, one more. There we go. Okay, well we got the first Oclob. That only took about 12 disintegration shots. Now that there's only one more and it's sort of hidden more behind this wall, we can maybe even go attack it, although I want to get this plant out of the way so we can run directly at it. Because we get lunge, so we can try to confusing touch lunge it from further away. Well, you know what, it doesn't matter because I remember now, Oclobs don't fire through plants. It's only when you're playing Fetus that your Oclobs do. So I don't know, I'm always used to thinking that Oclobs can fire through plants, but it's not true. So I'm going to put confusing touch up. This is maybe insane, but it worked first time, so it must have been the correct play. And now that it's confused, we can try to stab kill it. It's back in action. I feel like I should be noping out of here right about now. We have a regeneration amulet on, so if I just chill behind the plant again, as long as the plant doesn't die to this poison, we should heal up more quickly than the Oclob does. I'm just waiting till we get back to full HP. Good enough. Let's touch our way back in again. Okay, that hurt. Never mind. We'll just chill again. That's alright. We've got regen. It doesn't. This will work eventually. That one missed. That one hit. But I'm going for it. We did not confusing touch it. That's another cool thing actually about confusing touch lunge. Because we're going to get multiple attacks out of a lunge, we potentially get multiple chances to confusing touch. But we need to run again. I think this is not working. We're crowed -8. We're going to need to chill a bit here. Why don't I just throw some summons at it? Maybe they can do something. Apparently our canine is too dumb to even path to the Oclob. Well, they're doing it, surprisingly. They were more effective than I was. Alright, cool. We get the sword. It's very twisted. Hopefully this was all worth it. Let's identify it. I'm identifying the sword over the potions because this is potentially more exciting. It's a holy longsword called Demon Slayer. It has a evocable blink on it, and the thing that I really like about this is MR++. This will allow us, if we find no other MR, to avoid being banished by Oroka. So this is a great find. I'm going to drop our Dagger of Holy Wrath in favor of this Demon Slayer sword, which is really appropriately named. That's a really cool weapon. But for now we're going to keep going with Lair. And we feel an oppressive heat. One scroll of magic mapping. I feel like it's probably worth magic mapping to try to find the volcano. The thing that I want to do though is put on our ring mail of fire resistance so that we're ready to go in straight away. And we have no other RF, but having one pip should be fine most of the time. So let's magic map. it is going to be... We've got shores in our game, which is probably preferable for a Merfolk. Although, I don't know. Is it? It's usually preferable because you're going to get Demon Tridents. And because you're using Polearm on a Merfolk, because why wouldn't you be? Are you nuts? You like having that branch. But if we don't care about Tridents and other Polearms, maybe Swamp is better? There's going to be a Ghost Floor over here. This also looks like something funky. That's probably the Snakebite Vault. So there's a lot going on this floor. I think that's Snakebite. This is a Ghost Vault. We've got our Shoals entrance vault over there. And then up in the top right is the Volcano, which we're going to head straight for. I'm going to try to walk around the outside here so that we don't have to fight stuff on our way. We've got a decent amount of stealth with 10 and a stealth ring. So there's a good chance we manage to sneak our way all the way up. And a new wand for our troubles, a wand of flame. That would have been pretty helpful against the Oclo plant, rather than using all our... Oh, there's Uruk. With a +5 Evening Star, what does she have? I can't tell what javelin she has, because I was going to say, I can just swarm her with summons completely to not worry about her... what is that thing? Her javelins? But if she has javelins of penetration, she'll just throw them through our summons anyway. Note that Serpent's Lash is instant. So if I can manage to get 3 tiles away from her to here. No, I need to get to here. Because then I'll get 1, 2. We could use Serpent's Lash to potentially stab her from really far away. I'm kind of tempted to try that. Otherwise I could just step around this corner and hope to just sneak into the volcano. The issue with that is that we have no teleportation scroll, so when we come out of the volcano, if she does wake up, we have no way to get around her. I'm going to try to sneak. Okay, that worked. Although, to be fair, with the number of turns that we're in sight there, I actually could have got in lunge stab range. Oh, and then we can't get in the volcano from this side. We got 1 potion of flight. Wait, can we wall jump over there? No, there's no wall that we can bounce off to get across the lava. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we'd have to fly or dig. I'm going to fly. We've only got 4 digging charges and they're quite valuable. Probably more valuable than flight potions are. Especially for a Merfolk, because you don't have to worry about deep water. So most of your flight situations are fine anyway. And let's do this volcano. Lava snakes. I never remember if they have our poison. They do not. Doesn't matter if they don't wake up anyway. Also these bats just hanging out there in the lava that we can't sneak up on and stab. This is really annoying actually, because I want to be able to fight these lava snakes one at a time, but we're too stealthy, so they're just never going to wake up. Right, we get a new level up as we reach level 12. I have looked it up subsequently since the first episode. As a Merfolk, every 5 levels you get 1 random skill, so you can get extra strength on level ups. So I'm going to keep going dex. And what are we training right now? Still focusing short blades, they're almost at 10, and we're doing fighting, dodging, stealth. That's fine. At 12 stealth, at 10 stealth, maybe we don't need to focus it anymore. I'm just going to train it without the focus. And I don't know, I guess we can rethink it a bit once short blades gets to 10. But for the moment, I feel like this training is fine. I might even, no. I refuse to train evocations again. I've been doing it too much lately. I can't be completely reformed. We're near starving. You can't eat fire bats, can you? I don't remember. Certainly you can't eat the lava snakes because you always kill them in lava. Alright, there we go. They all woke up. Let's just nope out of here so we're not fighting 3 lava snakes all at once. That is 5 lava snakes. That's way too much lava. We're gonna need to eat. We're near starving. And there are 9... Is it 9? 5 lava snakes out there? Come at me, bros. Can whirlwind pin them both. We're doing smaller amounts of damage, but we're hitting both of them in the one attack. This is really annoying. We're too stealthy. Okay. That was maybe a bit risky fighting 3 at once, but I was getting sick of doing that. Okay. Is this the one that has a obsidian statue in there? I don't like having to walk across all these flames, and this seems like it's a feature of the vault rather than the... Okay, I thought maybe there was a pattern there, but no, it's just random. Yeah, okay, this is really dangerous. We only have 1 pip of RF, so if we're walking across this fire and we come out very injured and there's now a dangerous enemy at the end, we might be in trouble. I'm going to do a bit of yelling. Let's see if we can get something to run out. And maybe just die to the fire flames. Okay, what's the worst that could happen? We have to use our blinking scroll. Oh boy. And we can instantly Serpent's Lash. Oh god, it is the one with the obsidian statue. And we have no... Yeah, we have no teleportation scrolls. So let's ID this. Can mesmerize you, which is a lot of fun. If we get mesmerized, then we're going to be stuck here because we don't have teleportation and we wouldn't be able to use blink. Oh god, what have I done? I called it too. When I was coming up here I said, is this the obsidian statue one? It is. This is really dangerous. These guys do summon minor demon and summon demon. It's the summon demon which is the scary one. It might not sound so bad because it's not the major demons, but especially if they roll 6 furries, and sun demons are really scary too. They can put out a lot of damage really quickly. And he's also in an awkward spot where I can't easily lunge him. Okay, well I think the play, if I'm going to stay here, is to use the longsword demon slayer. So then at least we've got extra MR, so our chances of being mesmerized are only 16% and not 70 or whatever it was before. Oh god, there are all these Ifrits and things in here too. And a stone giant. Oh boy, okay, we definitely cannot fight this stuff. I really like the fire dragon scales, that would be nice to have. But I don't think I ever learned aptitude, no. It's in my spell list, but I never memorized it, so we can't just import some stuff here and then run. Because if I do Control X, we can see some potions that are probably either resistant or berserk, are usually the most common volcano ones. Some gold, some curing, and yeah, some other armors. But I think we definitely can't fight this. The obsidian statue is scary enough on its own, and that's ignoring the fact that there's a stone giant here and some other monsters. So I think we're just going to have to run. Yeah, we're just noping out of here. Oh, I don't want to die to the fire either. It's alright. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, we cannot deal with that, or can we? I could memorize application. No, it's actually it's way too scary. Even just running through the fire there, as you saw, and that was with a couple of unthreatening demons chasing us. If that had been a 6 furry or a sun demon, we'd be taking a lot more damage as we ran. And if we do get 12% mesmerized, we're gonna die 100%. So I think let's just forget about all that gear. We got a little bit of extra experience from killing fire bats and lava snakes. And I mean, we got to see what we're missing out on, so there's that. But yeah, way too dangerous. Way too dangerous. Let's get out of here. So now we've got Uruk to deal with. I'm half tempted to just spam a million butterflies and then just yell. Because if we can get her to come to this side, where she can't follow us across the lava, we can get her to throw all her javelins without actually hurting us, without threatening us, because she can't chase. Here she comes. Alright. Why don't I make imps so the imps run at her and actually do stuff? What did she have? Just javelins. No, it's fine. Just make lots of imps. This is definitely not degenerate in any way. That one hit us. That's okay. So is she out of javelins now? I don't know if it's just because she doesn't want to hit the iron imp, or she doesn't have any left to throw. Because I think she'll throw the javelins at your summons. I don't think that stops her. Yeah, she's stopped throwing stuff. So I'm going to say she's out of javelins now, which means we can just pull out our blowgun. And we can just poison her. Oh, I'm shooting needles of confusion. Hang on, that's not right. I want to do poison needles. This is definitely not degenerate in any way. So this is like Merfolk deep water strats, but even more stupid. Merfolk lava strats. They don't teach you these ones in school. Okay, this is very slowly killing her. When she's as sick as possible, I probably should be shooting her with our hunting sling. You gonna come back? There she is. This is stupid. Okay, never mind. I have to do some real fighting for a second here. Or I could just ignore the water Moccasin for a second, and we'll poison Urug a bit more. This is really... Oh dear. Come back, Urug. She runs away because she can't path to us, but then the yelling pulls her back in again. Did she die? You feel more experienced. Okay, look. Sorry, it looks like she went down. Alright. Yeah, she did. What does she have? A +5 Evening Star, which is a pretty great weapon. But we're not the clubbering type of Merfolk, we're the stabbing kind. I think, how good are Merfolk with maces and flails? -2, not real great. It's a silent scroll. I'd really love some teleportation scrolls. We have way more amnesia than we do even teleportation. That's pretty funky. Yeah, here's our ghost vault. That's got to be a shapeshifter, right? There's no way there's a ghost vault that has a Moth of Wrath and a Hydra in it. That's crazy. This is Red Sky's ghost, who's a demon spawn conjurer. Yeah, that's scary. Dazzling Spray is a really nasty ghost spell because it can confuse you. And that's just ignoring the fact that there's a Moth of Wrath and a Hydra in there. I'm going to exclude that so I don't accidentally ever go in. Enchant weapon. It's got to be our Dagger of Venom. Yeah, and I see snakes, so this is going to be snake bite. Alright, this seems like a good time to be doing summon stab things. Why don't I use our Demon Slayer sword? Because these guys are all... Okay, I stopped lunging, I got sick of it. But they're all poison resistant. So just hitting them with the Dagger of Venom is not really doing much anyway. Yep, that's snake bite. The lunge stab, pretty sick. Do I want snake bite? Not really. I could use it as a means of getting our poison if I didn't already have it. But we have it in two means. It's on our sword and it's on our cloak. A basilisk. 40% petrify chance. How about now? 1%. That's the way I like it. If I were really worried, we'd just step behind our summons like this, so it would have to petrify them instead of us. Okay, I can just fight it. I don't know, I probably should have just confusing touched it. Those lunge stabs are really, really cool. And here's an artifact ringmail, which I don't know, we've had such a dearth of identify scrolls that I'm tempted to just put it on. You only live once. +5, R-Elec, R-Poison, Int +9, Stealth minus. Okay. The Stealth minus hurts, but it's technically balanced by our Ring of Stealth that we're wearing. But the other stuff is all amazing. R-Elec, R-Poison, Int +9. I think we're going to keep this. It's giving us extra AC. We're losing our cold resistance, sure, but the other stuff's really good. Just having R-Elec and Int +9 is good too. Because again, the extra R poison does nothing. To be fair, you can never be too careful with not having enough sources, but still. Yes! It's so good. The lunge stab. I love it. Wanted layer 4. That's too many scary things. I only get them one at a time, and then we're going to confusing touch. I know the Komodo dragon was about to step around the corner as well, so I confusing touched him too. That was amazing. So this is a really cool a Wu thing. We can lunge stab something at the same time that we're whirlwind stabbing things. It's pretty sick. Yeah, that's amazing. And there goes our short blades to 10. So we now got that to min delay. We're not having any issue with stab damage, so I don't think we need more short blades for more stabbing. So I think we can stop that there. How about maybe we should train some armor skill now? And I'm going to focus fighting because more HP is always good. And let's turn some armor on. It's a -3 aptitude, so that's not great, but even just a little bit will give us good returns. So I'm going to set a skill target for 8 armor points. And I think we can just train this stuff because we don't need to work on more spell power for these spells. And let's have a look at our spell list. What could we learn here? Well, we're not learning Lightning Spire. I'm just going to hide that. Summon Ice Beast is a really good spell, but that doesn't seem like fun. And I don't think I want to train all the summoning required for Summon Hydra. Extra hexes for Cause Fear could be useful. Actually, you know what? I think that's probably more valuable right now than extra AC from armor would be, because we have no fear scrolls and we have no teleportation scrolls. So in bad situations, we have very few escape tools. We don't have any haste potions. We don't even have a heal wounds potion. So yeah, okay. I feel like just because of the situation this character finds itself in with so few consumables, I'm going to train hexes for Cause Fear. We're going to take it to 8 maybe. And part of the reason why I think this is more viable is because the plus 9 int on our ring mail is going to make it easier to cast, and it's going to give us more spell power. Yeah, we've got 23 int right now. New book. Pain, Vampiric Draining, Regeneration. We should probably learn Regeneration. As a Merfolk, we're really good at Charms. Not so good at Necromancy, but the Charms are great. And Regeneration is just an amazing spell. But I'm still going to go for the Core Sphere first. This looks like we've got Elephant Graveyard here. So we're going to need to get ready to fight a million elephants. Oh, wow. Okay, so I just found out that confusing touch with a lunge stab is totally bonkers. So in that lunge attack there, our first attack confused it, and the second attack was a bonus stab because it was still a lunge. That's actually amazing. Okay, I really like this Wu stabbing business. This is really cool. Okay. We can get the Hydra. Last time we fought a Hydra, we had to use some dispersal things and a bunch of wands. What we can do against this one is maybe blast it once or twice as it approaches us, and then we can use Serpent Slash to get a bunch of free attacks on it. And the thing about the Serpent Slash attacks is they can't miss. So we could pull out the Falchion of Flaming, and we could lop some heads off as we do it, which I like the sound of. So I'm going to maybe not acid it because we only got 3. So I'm going to Ice Blast it maybe twice. We're going to wield our Falchion of Flaming. I need it to get 1 tile away from us. I don't want to hit the period key because it might then move twice and get next to us. So I'm going to do a quick action. I'm going to remove our Ring of Stealth. Okay, good. Because that only takes 0.5 rather than 1. So there's less chance for the Hydra to move into us. Because I did one quick action by wielding the new weapon. So there's a chance that if I did a long one, it would then move into us. But now that it's 1 tile away, let's do a Serpent Slash. So you see how the ability says that it's instant? That means when you use it, you get to make your free moves straight away before enemies get to react to you, which is extremely useful, especially as an escape, because you get 2 free moves. That might just get you a gap or a space to a stair, but it might also just get you around a corner to break line of sight so that you can then do something like a blink scroll or teleportation scroll. Let's go Serpent Slash. So we get the Lash status up there on the right with 2 in brackets. So it's telling us we have 2 free moves. And the Hydra can't react at all. So I can move in for a lunge. It can't miss. It's going to do bonus damage. And because we're using a Falchion, it's going to lop heads. And you see that it didn't get to attack in retaliation. So I'm now going to use our second free move for a Whirlwind Strike. And because it's Whirlwind Pin now, our Serpent Slash is gone. And note how we're exhausted. So you can't just chain them together. But because it's Whirlwind Pinned, we can step away. And we now get another free lunge. So I'm going to lunge in. And we still didn't quite kill it. But it's now only a 3-headed Hydra. so it's nowhere near as dangerous. So I guess we just fight it at this point. Yeah, cool. Could have confusing touched it as well. That would have been a confusing touch in addition to the... No, there's no point doing confusing touch. Well, I mean there is. You might confuse it, but you're wasting the bonus damage if you're confusing touching with a Serpent's Lash. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I could have confusing touched in with the flaming sword, although I feel like that wouldn't have locked heads. That's going to be Josephine, probably, to see a random wraith. We have the Sword of Demon Slaying. We missed on our lunge there. Cool, so we just confusing touch with our longsword, and then we just hack it down. Alright, yep, there's Josephine. We're gonna pull out the Venom Dagger, and she didn't see us. We don't have any RN, so her Ghostly Fireball is going to really hurt if she hits us with it. How much MR does she have? More than I like. 15% chance to paralyze her. But I'm going to step around the corner, we're going to break line of sight, and I'm going to get our confusing touch ready, and I'm going to make a whole bunch of butterflies so that we're ready if need be. Alright, we got her with confusion in 1. This is a level 1 spell where spell power is a lot irrelevant. So we can just use that to completely make Josephine trivial. It's pretty insane. Pulling out a Demon Slayer again. She's still going to have a bunch of wraiths running around. Okay, I don't want to fight both of them like that. Okay, yeah. That's better. Dodging goes to 12. With Merfolk aptitudes of +3 dodging, we're probably just going to train this Organe all the way up to 27. We're going to be fighting a lot of elephants. Hey, there's a Fear Scroll. Although just having one doesn't improve our... But doesn't change our desire to have cause fear very much. Oh, another thing is that when we killed Josephine, we just picked up a 3rd Brilliance potion. If we ever need to cause fear, we can up the spell power by quaffing Brilliance first. I was hoping we could stab it. Such a bonkers spell. We've got a new Hydra. I really don't want him to step on the alarm trap. It's an 8-header one, but I think we make the same play that we did before, where we shoot it a couple of times and then we're going to Serpent Slash in. Oh, we got Scattershot. Yeah, that's really good against Hydras too, actually. Okay, new plan, although it's kind of the same plan. So we're going to Ice Blast it. It's nearly dead. I'm going to Wand of Flame it. We're going to pull out our Fashion of Flaming. Same. Oh, right. I forgot to put our Stealth Ring back on, which is partly why all the elephants have been waking up. That's my bad. Sorry if you've been yelling at your screen. Well, the quick action I'm going to make this time is I'm going to put the Stealth Ring back on, and it still didn't move. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm going to walk away. Hope that random energy is back on top of us. Okay, I pressed period and we didn't get punished. Alright, so I'm going to Serpent Slash in. Same play insofar as I'm going to lunge and then Whirlwind Strike. But this time, when I step back, rather than lunging in, I'm going to use a Scatter Shot now that we're in close range. It's going to do a lot of damage to the Hydra. The thing about Hydras, if we have a look at the examine screen, they have no AC and very little evasion, which is basically perfect for... that's not the thing I wanted to do. What am I trying to do? That one. Which is perfect for the scattershot one, which basically works like a shotgun does, where it shoots a whole bunch of does it say here? A whole bunch of metal fragments. Yeah, and each one of those has a chance to either miss or to roll low damage against the AC. So the fact that the Hydra doesn't dodge and doesn't resist physical damage means that they get pretty destroyed by scattershot ones. Go down, sir. I've got stealth back on now. Oh, great. Well, the jumping spider just jumped on the alarm trap. Alright, so all of the elephants will have just been woken up and are probably now alerted of our presence. These jumping spiders are susceptible to poison, so that's nice. I really don't like that they're all running at us at once though. This might be a situation, yeah, there are so many spiders coming out and we're marked. I think I want to blow another charge of our Wand of Clouds. And this is unfortunate. This is the traps taking our consumables again. But we're marked, so the rest of the floor is potentially running at us. And we've got all these spiders at once. The wolf spider and the redback are scary enough on their own, let alone if we get webbed by a jumping spider. Because if that happens, we'll just get utterly wrecked by wolf spiders. And I happen to have some experience firsthand with wolf spiders. I can tell you, you do not want to mess around with them. It's clouds, all these guys. We've got Mephitic, which is the absolute dream, because they're all just going to get confused. Alright, we need to get some poison damage on this wolf spider though. Oh yeah, everything is coming. Okay, he's susceptible to poison, so he's probably just going to die to that. The other cool thing is that all these stupid monsters are running across the Mephitic cloud and getting confused. That's a spriggan. That's going to be fast. So we've got one of those little mini spriggan forests on this floor. Well, we're still marked, so we're going to try to get away. Although it would be really nice to kill all of those. Am I afraid of a spriggan? Not really. If it's just one spriggan who's just got a plain rapier, we should be able to get him with Confusing Touch. Yep, first go. That's a great example of where Confusing Touch is OP, because spriggans are naturally really magic resistant, so you usually can't hex them. But that's a magic mapping scroll. When you have a hex spell that ignores MR, it's much easier. New books again. Silence, Deflect Missiles, Tornado. I really like Silence and Deflect Missiles. I'm going to put them in my spell list. Not that we're necessarily going to be using those. I think Merfolk are really bad at air magic. They are -2. Good with charms though, and we have been training hexes, so maybe Silence isn't too crazy. And I mean, Deflect Missiles, you don't really need to be able to cast it, right? I don't know, we'll see. It's a long way off either of those two spells, if we ever do. I don't think I'll ever get tired of the lunge Confusing Touch. It didn't work that time. And look at this one. This is another Wu situation. So we're next to this confused guy. We can whirlwind stab him while we lunge in against this second elephant. So cool. And I'm gonna Confusing Touch whirlwind. Oh, it's OP. Hexes goes to 7. Oh, I haven't learnt Core Sphere. Let me learn that real quick, because it sort of ruins the whole point of it, of having it in a panic situation if I never actually memorize it. It's 11% chance to fail right now. Its spell power is not bad. For comparison, when you use a Scroll of Fear, it's like doing a max spell power, so this is quite a lot weaker, but still. Against things with low MR and in particular Spider is full of low MR enemies, it's still going to be really useful. In fact, Core Sphere and Spider is so strong because most of them rely on hitting you in melee. So if you keep just Core Sphereing them away from you, they'll never hit you. And I wonder, is there going to be a Dire Elephant in here? There often is a final boss, Dire Elephant. Yep, there he is. Alright, let's see if we can Confusing Touch cheese him here. We're going to make all our butterflies, so we've got our escape plan ready. I'm going to bring up Confusing Touch. And again, Dire Elephants have really high MR, so you would never hex them normally. You can attempt it with Dazzling Spray, but it's still really difficult. But our Confusing Touch is going to ignore MR. So like that, we get him first go. It's pretty nuts, and now we can just stab him. Got to be careful here, because monsters... There you go, he broke out of it. Monsters that are confused can still hit you. Let's go for another Confusing Touch. Let me just make some space. Yep. Okay, he's confused, so let's try to stab him again. Alright, good. Went down. Super broken spell. It was broken on unarmed characters. The fact that you can use it with any weapon now is just bonkers. Way too good for a level 1 spell. I think that might... It's up there. It's up there for best spell in the game now. I mean, Summon Lightning Spire is probably better in terms of raw power, but it's a level 4 spell and it's dual school. This one, the spell power is irrelevant and it's level 1. It's crazy. Oh right, I should have identified these potions a long time ago. There's our heal wounds. There's our haste. Gives us more consumables for bad situations. And hey, we've even got a scroll of teleportation right now. This is luxury. Luxury. That's a scroller noise. Alright, we're hearing trumpeting. We've got more elephants, it sounds like. Well, none of them came. Nothing else to identify. I can just wield that rapier. Just check that it's not -3 curse. Because it would be embarrassing if I branded that and then we wielded it. I was like, yes, a rapier of Elec, and then, oh wait, it's -3. I've had that happen before. It was not a good feel. Just using Confusing Touch here. Have you noticed that our ration situation has been completely solved once we've come into lair? We've got 12 with a 13th up there. Oh yes. Oh, you know what would be really cool? You could potentially lunge and whirlwind stab sleeping enemies if you got the right setup. That would be amazing. I want to try to do that at some point. Here's another scroll. Acquirement? No, 4. Okay. Porcupine's just sleeping. We had this battle with the Black Mamba. It didn't even raise an eyebrow? Didn't even raise an eye? I don't know, it's asleep. I'm not sure how I should word that. I'm just trying to stab the confused one. Can't get it. There we go. Oh, also, this is something I've never considered before because it's never had to happen. Do you proc your brands on your weapons when you're Confusing Touching stuff? It does... maybe. Because all these attacks here, when we were doing no damage, I think I had Confusing Touch up. And so we were doing no damage as we were hitting it, but it was getting more poisoned. Alright, we're going to have to experiment with that one because that's a really interesting question. that, yeah, because I've never had weapons before with confusing touch, I've never ever had to consider. Death Yak's another really good confusing touch enemy where they have insanely high MR, but when you're ignoring their MR, who cares? I still don't want to fight lots of them at once though. So I'm going to pull one upstairs with us, preemptively get my touch up, and then let's see. Okay, we didn't poison it there, we didn't poison it there. And then I got confused. So it seems like maybe you don't apply your brands with confusing touch, which in a way I'm kind of happy about because it's way too OP as a spell already. If you were also proccing your elec and poison and stuff, that would be way too over the top. We're gonna do the same thing, maybe, if I can find where the upstairs were. Where are the upstairs? They're all the way in the corner. Alright, we've got a bit of a long journey back, or do we? If I make some butterflies, we can maybe do some... Yeah, okay, this works. We'll just use the butterflies to fight these Death Yaks one at a time. This is really quite amazing. Wu Summon Stabber. Who would have thought? That was pretty sick too. I lunged in and got the confusion off. Alright, hang on, I don't want to die accidentally here. It's pretty amazing. Did we get... I doubt we killed all the Death Yaks there. Or did we? They were in this corner, I think? There's another water moccasin. Maybe they were down here. Okay, well I'm not seeing any more, so let's move on to layer 6. I'm going to the hydra. If we could just stab it, that'd be real nice. Oh, that's so much easier. Why can't all our hydra fights be like that? We just sneak up to it and then you don't have to fight it. Perfect. Alright, well I think I'm going to leave this one here for now. So if you join me in the next one, we'll be trying to clear layer 6. And then we've got quite a bit of the dungeon still to go. We had to run in here early because of a roll call. But now we can potentially fight her because we've got MR on our longsword and we've got our elec on our ringmail. So she shouldn't be quite so threatening now. See you then.